Hi, welcome to Coffee Break Coaching. Did you know that today's National Coffee Day? It's the perfect day to kick off Coffee Break Coaching. So step out to Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, or your favorite place and make sure you get your freebies. There's a lot of them out there. That would be outstanding with a shot of Kahlua. So today's topic for Coffee Break Coaching is, what do you do when you get triggered? You're in a meeting or you're on a call. Somebody says something unexpected or they throw you off center. How do you reclaim your center quickly and skillfully so that you can respond in a manner that's really effective? So with all Coffee Break Coaching, there's 3 steps we'll go through. It's what's the situation, what's a framework to handle it, and what's an example. So in this case, the situation is you've been triggered. So let's say you're in a meeting. Somebody says something about a budget, about an issue, and you want to react. So there's a 3-step framework to reclaim your center so you can respond skillfully instead of reacting not so skillfully. So the first step actually is to react, but here's what I mean by react. When you're triggered, you go into what's called amygdala hijack. You move from the part of your brain that reasons to the emotional seat of your brain, which doesn't have the capacity for language. So what you need to do is take a moment and react. You need to discharge that energy. How do you do that? You need to physically move or you need to say something. Once you've reacted, then you need to recenter. The easiest and quickest way to recenter is to just take a few breaths. What this does is it settles your nervous system and it allows you to shift from that emotional part of your brain back into the reasoning part of your brain. Do you remember when you were in grade school and the teacher would say, count to 10 before you respond? Well, there was wisdom in that, because that's all the time you need to recenter. And then once you've recentered, you can then respond more skillfully. React, recenter, respond. Here's an example. I had a client who was, let's say, a very passionate leader. And in meetings, she would tend to get really animated. And if somebody said something, she would stand up and just really speak her mind. Well, she was getting feedback that that wasn't particularly effective because she was shutting people down in the meeting. So what we agreed on is before meetings, she would go in and make sure that there was water bottles available, and she'd put them at the opposite end of the meeting table from where she was sitting. If she was triggered, she would stand up, she would walk around the table, grab a bottle of water, come back to her seat. In that time, she would just take a few breaths. And in those few seconds between the time she stood up, grabbed her water, and came back, she was recentered, so she was able to respond to people in the meeting instead of reacting to them in a way that wasn't particularly helpful. So react, recenter, respond. It's quick, easy to do, and it can help you respond to others in a way that's more effective. Thanks for the first episode of Coffee Break Coaching. I look forward to others. You got this.